And welcome. I'm really excited that you've decided to take the time to come and watch another video. This is day 3 of the 21-day dating challenge. Yes, absolutely day 3. And I hope you've tuned in so far and watched previous videos. If not, please do go back and watch the other videos in the series. Today is going to be really short and sweet. I know I said that yesterday, but actually today is going to be really short and sweet because the task that I want for you to look at today, or rather your quest for today, is I want you to take a look at what dating apps are available out there online. And literally, there are hundreds. And here's something that I want to offer you. So I think I'm probably on about maybe 5 or 6. And yesterday, you'll remember that I said spend at least 15 minutes in the morning swiping right or swiping left, depending on what you see. And then again, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and then spend some time in the evening going back and forth with some of these men that you might be interested in actually taking offline and having further conversations with, or it might be that you decide to meet them face to face. Now, today, the assignment that I want for you to do, and you need to really take this seriously, because remember, online dating is about really keeping up to date with what's going on in the world. And if you're still not sure that online dating is for you, here's what I want to recommend to you. Think about Encyclopedia Britannica. Where are they today? They're nowhere to be seen. And what about Kodak? What about Maplin? All these organizations that have been around for hundreds of years suddenly disappeared when the internet really kicked off. So don't be like these organizations whereby you literally lose your way and then you're suddenly left fumbling and wondering why you've not been able to find and attract men that you're interested in. So I'm going to share with you a few apps that I've used before. And I've had varying amounts of luck with different ones. But the key ones that I've been using are Tinder, which is known as a hookup app. But listen, don't believe everything you hear about it. I have actually spoken to people who have met their husband or their wife on Tinder. So don't believe everything you hear about Tinder. Now, I've tried the paid version and I've also tried the free version. The free version is actually not very good. So I think when I subscribed to it, I signed up for a year, and it's quite good when you sign up and pay for it. And I paid for the minimum pack, which meant that actually I could interact with a whole variety of men and I could see all of the likes. So that's why I subscribed to Tinder. Now, the other app that I've used, the other thing about Tinder is every single day it gives you a new batch of men, so you can go through and swipe right or swipe left depending on what you're looking for. What I've also noticed about Tinder is that lots of guys actually don't write very much in their profile, but again, you might have a different experience. So Tinder's number one, or not number one, but one of the apps, because really I can't give any of them a ranking in terms of whether one is better than the other, because it really depends on what you're looking for, how much time you have, and what you're really looking for. But Tinder's certainly one of the apps that I've looked at. Another app that I'd strongly recommend, and it's not really an app, it's Facebook dating. I know this is not Facebook on your computer, by the way, and this is not Facebook accessing the Facebook pages through your phone. This is actually the Facebook app. You will need to download it. Now, for years, I absolutely refused to download the Facebook app onto my phone because I just felt I didn't need to have it on my phone. I mean, I remember there was a time when I used to be on the train and you'd see people checking their Facebook, and I just used to wonder, why on earth would you spend your valuable time checking Facebook? But when I discovered that Facebook has a dating app element within the actual Facebook app, I downloaded it. Now, one of the things that I really like about the Facebook dating app is that you can actually go back. So for example, if you accidentally swipe someone to the left, you can actually go back and check all the previous people that you've swiped to the left, and it's completely free. That's the other reason why I like it. Now, you might also find that there's some riffraff on there, but you might also find that there's some really cool guys on there. So again, most people are on Facebook, and if any of the people that you swipe are connected with any of your friends, you can actually see that on Facebook. So that's the other reason why I like the Facebook app. Another really good app is Badoo, Badoo. One of the things I love about Badoo is that you can actually ask your own questions in such a way, it's sort of like a customized question situation, actually. So for example, I mentioned one of my favorite questions to you the other day, so feel free to go back and listen to Kickoff Day video, and I'll put the link for it up here. If you haven't got it, I'll pop the link for you. But for one of my favorite questions, and it's called the Triple C. And one of the things about Badoo is you can actually go in and you can ask that question, but you ask it in such a way that you ask it, but then you also give your answer. But the answer is actually not revealed until the other person actually also answers. So that's one of the things I love about Badoo. Also, there's a free version, and I'm only using the free version at the moment. It has loads of adverts. But if you're willing to sit through some of the adverts, you can use it for free. And that's how I use it. The other great thing about Badoo is that you can change your location. So, for example, if you go 20 miles out of town or 100 miles out of town, you can actually click on the location button on the app and you can then see new men in that area where you are based. That's the other great thing about it. Another app is Bumble. Now, with Bumble, you have to make the first move. So do you remember I was saying yesterday that I would encourage you to initiate conversations? Bumble is absolutely perfect for you to initiate conversations. If you don't initiate conversations with these men, there's absolutely no way they can actually contact you. So this is a really good opportunity for you to actually initiate conversations with men. And again, there aren't as many people on Bumble as some of the others, but it's still a good app. And I've met some really cool people on Bumble. Another app is OkCupid. I've not had very good results with OkCupid. Certainly up until last year, not very good results. But again, it's another app. It asks, there's an opportunity to answer, I think, a few hundred questions, or at least 100 questions. So that's why I thought it was a really good app. But again, you've got to try it for yourself. Try it on and see if it works for you. It might work for you better than it worked for me. So don't write it off. Another app is Match.com. Now, most people have heard of Match.com. I do not rate it at all. In my opinion, it's completely useless. The app is a complete waste of time. It's a waste of money. I've paid for it and I'm not paying for it anymore. But I got it at a really reduced rate for, I think, about 6 months or so. I'm not going to pay for the full version of it because the app is absolutely useless. It shows you the same men all the time. So I don't rate it at all. Another one that I've heard of is Zoosk. I've actually downloaded it, but I've not used it yet. eHarmony I paid for, and it's pretty expensive. Complete waste of time, in my opinion. So I'm not even going to go into it. Feel free to check it out for yourself and see for yourself. And another one that I've heard about is Our Time. Now, this one, quite a few people have mentioned it, but I haven't downloaded it. I haven't used it, so I can't comment on it. So those are some of the apps that I've actually looked at or used or I've heard about. And what I'd like to invite you to do is make a list of at least 3 to 5. Obviously, you can choose from some of the ones that I've suggested, or you can go and find your own. Really easy way to find out which other apps are out there, which other dating apps are out there, is just to go to Google and type dating apps, best dating apps 2022 or whatever the year is that you're watching this video, and you'll see a whole list of them. And what I would recommend is start off with just app 3. Now, you've got to make a decision about which one of these you're going to pay for. And one of the ways that I made my decision was, I made the decision to pay for Match because I thought, well, everybody's talking about it, or it's all over the media. It's, when you see adverts for dating apps, generally it's Match. So I thought, okay, Match must be really good. No, sorry, in my opinion. And the other one was Tinder, because obviously everybody talks about Tinder. When people are talking about dating apps, Tinder tends to rank quite highly. So that was the other reason why I paid for those two. And all the others, I think, from memory, I'm using for free. But yeah, so please choose at least 3 to 5. That's your assignment, and decide which ones you are going to pay for. Now, don't be a cheapskate and say, I'm not going to pay for any. Listen, you've got to be prepared to invest your time, energy, effort, and resources into this if you're really serious about dating. And I would recommend you think about how much you're prepared to spend. The other key thing I want to mention about these dating apps is be very clear about your criteria. Remember, we are being very intentional about dating. So it's really important that you say exactly what you're looking for. If you're listening to this, you're not looking for a hookup. So if you're looking for marriage, make sure you select that if that's an option. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, make sure you select that. Don't select, I'm looking for friendship, when you know what? Listen, if you're looking for a long-term relationship or you're looking for marriage, friendship has absolutely got to be there. But don't put that you're looking for friendship, because you're going to find men who are not interested in serious long-term relationships. Some of them might be, but again, I would suggest be really intentional about this and just say, I'm looking for a long-term relationship or I'm looking for marriage. And some people will say marriage is not for them. That's okay. Listen, there's a billion people on this planet, I'm sure, or lots of people here, and you only need one. Yes, you want to be dating multiple men in the beginning when you're first starting to get to know them, but ultimately you're going to shortlist them down to just one. So don't be afraid to really be confident and speak your intention into what you're doing on these dating apps. So remember, ladies, I want to remind you, please remember, be what? Be curious, be interesting, and be God, even I've forgotten it. Be curious, be interesting, and be memorable. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I forgot to check if there are questions. One moment. Let me see if I can see if there have been any questions. Let's have a look. And if you have any questions and you're watching this video after the live show, then I'd suggest pop them down below and I'll answer them tomorrow. And there are no questions for now, so that's all good. Oh, hang on, sorry, let me just wait a moment. I can't see any questions. Live show. Oops, sorry. Okay, yeah, there are absolutely no questions that I can see, but if I've missed any because you're watching this live on Facebook, pop the questions below and I'll answer them tomorrow, either through a video or I'll answer them directly depending on what your questions are. So thanks for tuning in and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.